Welcome everybody to Central Penn Knights baseball. This is our first broadcast of the season with play-by-play. Here, Paul Miller and Tom Davis returning on the call. Professor Davis, when was the last time that you were on the air for a broadcast?
Last time I was on the air for a Knights broadcast was pre-COVID.
Well, we're so happy to be here. Obviously, we have a change of scenery here at FNB Field, the home of the Harrisburg Senators, the AA affiliate of the Washington Nationals. On the hill today is going to be veteran Colby Edwards. So we'll get a chance to take a look at Edwards. This is his first pitching appearance this season. The Knights coming into this game with a 2-1 mark, though, Professor Davis, it is worth noting that in opening day, we had a strike to start the game off. We had I don't want to say a postponement, but it was night, and so we were up in that game too. So realistically, we should be 3-1 at this point on the season.
Yes. Just a little bit outside.
Just outside for Edwards. That's going to run the count to 1-1. 1-0 with 2 down. Here for the Knights. They're down after a couple of throwing errors, allowed a run to score. 1-0 Penn State York.
Drive right back up the middle. That's a great strike. That'll put the Knights down 2-0 in the early going. Runner on first, 2 down in the inning.
A little high on that one. 1-0 count, 2 down here on a 52-degree day here on Tuesday, March 22nd. Paul Miller and Tom Davis here with you on our first broadcast of the season. We'll be here with you for the remainder of the Knights home games here, including several games at FNB Field.
Looks like that pitch could have gone either way, but call the ball by home plate umpire.
Edwards with his first action on the season, making some good location on his pitches, but has allowed some hard contact thus far.
Looking to a 2-1 count. The 2-1. Swung on and missed. Even up the count at 2-2. It must be a dream come true for our young Knights to be playing on this field.
Absolutely, no question about it. A lot of chatter from the Penn State York dugout. Hopefully all safe for work.
Time's called. Leaning in. That's the sign. 2-2. Swung on and a ground ball foul to the left side.
Cloudy day here, but not too bad for a game. I know tomorrow we're supposed to get some torrential downpours, so that's why this game got moved to today. Williams here at the plate for York. Big cut there, and that's going to do it. But there was some damage done here. 2 runs cross the home plate for Penn State York here in the top of the first. Knights already with a 2-0 deficit, and we'll be right back after these words from Professor Davis.
It's hard to study when you're hungry. The college pantry can help. Central Penn College and your Student Government Association are committed to ensuring that all of our CPC Knights have access to food when they need it. Requests are kept anonymous and can be submitted online. Look for the link under the Links section of Student Central or contact Lindsay Garber, Director of Housing and Residence Life, at lindsaygarber@centralpenn.edu.
You know, Tom, it's such a wonderful experience to be back out here. So you're saying that you haven't been out since 2019. Has it really been that long?
It has been that long. We were attempting to broadcast a few games last year, but schedules just did not align properly.
Yeah, I mean, it was last year was very touch and go because of COVID. Even, of course, the year before, that was canceled with that 7-1 mark to start the season, which, of course, I documented in the Final Out documentary. But last year was even more interesting, Tom, because, frankly, we were still in the middle of COVID. And we didn't really know. There was a lot of protocols in place. A lot of teams were just playing interdivisional games. So it was really difficult for us to work together a schedule. But this year, we've got nearly 40 games on the schedule in just a 2-month span.
Which is wonderful. It's wonderful to have baseball back in swing.
So as I mentioned, the Knights are 2-1, and of course that asterisk there. They did lead in the 5th inning a game on opening day, but unfortunately that game got suspended due to light. So we're still waiting for some insight whether that game will be completed, how that game will work. But 2-1 on the season, how it goes. The leadoff will be Owen Zell. That ground pop up there for Zell, that is 1 down. Ryan Stevens will come to the plate. Stevens, another one of the veterans on the team. Hitting .800 on the season, 4 for 5 in the 3 games that he has played. That's pretty impressive.
I would say so. Nice job of laying off the first pitch in the dirt.
Yeah, I mean, Central Penn's ability to have a successful season moving forward is going to be at the hands of Ryan Stevens and Zach Boyer, as well as some other returning people like Dominique Humes, Zach Hafner, and several others who are very, very important in terms of the ability of the Knights to return to that small college World Series, which, frankly, is everybody's goal at this point. Little inside to Stevens there. Williams on the mound, number 1 for Penn State York.
Looked like a 2-seam fastball that he was able to lay off. Curveball, lined right to the shortstop.
Two outs very quickly as Roman comes to the plate, number 37.
Two down here, bases empty.
And there's a pop-up for the first inning. Not what Central Penn was looking for. 3 up, 3 down for the Knights. Well, we're going to go to the second inning, and the Knights trail 2-0. Now for a word from Professor Davis.
The Nightly News Media Club at Central Penn College is looking for new members. Members have the opportunity to get hands-on experiences writing for our student publication, The Nightly News, being a part of the Nightly News podcast, and being a part of our sports live stream broadcast. Email Club Advisor Professor Paul Miller at paulmiller@centralpenn.edu.
That would be me. Tom, huge news. I don't know if you saw the news today in Central Station, but the Nightly News Media Club has won 3, count them 3, Keystone Student Media Awards, including yours truly on one of those.
I did see that this morning. I will take this time to congratulate you again and all of the members of the Nightly News Media Club for really wonderful things that the club has been doing over the past 4 or 5 years.
Up this inning, we're looking at Lawson, Dyson, and Hulbert, the bottom third of the Penn State York order. Edwards got himself into some trouble in the top of the first as we had some minor technical difficulties here while we were getting this stream going. Missed that flurry there in the top of the first, but we'll be here with you the rest of the way. Fabulous opportunity here for the Knights here at FNB Field. Decent crowd here for an afternoon game. You can't beat baseball in March on a nice afternoon. Edwards, the strike.
As long as Edwards gets ahead in the count early, he's been pretty successful. It seems the key to his success is getting that first strike.
High and tight there. Lazon's played in 2 games, only 2 at-bats on the season, does have a steal, and hasn't gotten on base yet this season in terms of by hit.
Pitch in the dirt, we're at 2-1 count now. Lots of chatter from the visiting dugout. And a line drive up the middle.
What a play. What an amazing play there by Zell.
And a great stretch at first base to complete it.
From Humes. So 2 very, very key cogs in this Knights order, Knights team this year. Zell with the beautiful play, Humes with the nice stretch, and that is going to be a wonderful play that will go down in the highlight reel.
2 outs in the inning now.
Back to Zell again. First pitch swinging, they couldn't even get his name out before he's already out. And 2 up and 2 down here, and this is exactly what Edwards needed here, Tom.
Got to get the team back in the dugout, get them ready to start hitting again.
Just keep in mind here that in college rules with doubleheaders, much like MLB last season, 2 7-inning contests here. So not 9 here, it'll be 2 7-inning contests. We will be here with you for both games here. Paul Miller and Tom Davis. And Tom, I got to tell you, this has been something that I've been looking forward to for quite some time, getting the chance to call a game with you again.
As have I. It's been a long time in NPC. You know, we were around here for the very first broadcast, getting the broadcast team off the ground. It's been a long and enjoyable ride to this point. Excited to see what the future holds for the Nightly News.
Coming right for us. But a little over our heads.
I did not bring my glove for the ballpark this afternoon. Got a 1-2 count with 2 down in the inning.
And a huge pitch here for Edwards early.
Let's see if he tries to get him to roll over, hit a ground ball. There's the curveball. Curve a ball.
Just inside there. Not pleased are Central Penn.
Big pitch here. Don't want to. And now the count goes through.
And he's lost him here 3-2 now after being in a pitcher's count at 1-2. High and tight. And he walked him.
I'll tell you, that's not what he wanted to do here with 2 outs. He wants to just get his team off the field.
It's going to come back to the top with Jacob Ernest hitting .500, 5 for 10 on the season coming into today. Any stat that I do give you is going to be coming into today, not necessarily reflecting today's action.
I'm just trying to keep him close at first base.
Nice pick there by Armstrong.
Great job keeping it in front of him, not allowing that runner to move up.
Armstrong from the stretch. Beautiful changeup, it looked like there.
The batter must have been looking for something else there.
Big batter here. You want to get out of this inning unscathed. And that's going to go right to Boyer at short, and he boots it. And that's not, he's going to be safe there on the error. I bet Boyer wishes he had that one back.
Yes, especially considering a flip to second base would have ended the inning.
It's going to go E6.
Knights still have their work cut out for them this inning. Now with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs.
There are some interesting pinch running rules that we've learned over the years of doing some USCAA contests. I'm assuming that's what happened there. This is going to be Gornick here.
Well, that runners will be off on contact now.
Gornick 429 on the season, 6 for 14 with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. So this guy is one of their better hitters in the lineup.
All he really needs here is a single to bring home a runner at second.
And errors have been the story here early on for the Knights. 2 throwing errors allowed a run to score earlier, and now this inning continues because of another error. And that's high and tight. Edwards needs a big pitch here to try to get himself out of this jam.
Got 4 outs all around the infield. Just needs a little ground ball.
Got the call on that inside corner. That's the first inside corner pitch that he's gotten the call for.
Ready for the 2-1 pitch.
A little high. Edwards is looks like he's kind of getting squeezed a little bit here, but that's what happens, as Professor Davis, I'm sure, will point out. If you're not hitting the strike zone, you're not going to get those borderline calls.
Yeah, it also looks like he's really trying to establish that inside corner, too. Goes there again, but again misses.
And that
load the bases.
brings up number 21, Cameron Bayman, 3 for 12 on the season with 2 RBIs. Two down here in the top of the second inning. It is 2-0 Penn State York. And a good pitch there from Edwards sets the tone.
Tries the outside corner this time. Gets the call. They seem to have more success working in that outside corner, I recall. Several swings and misses.
Little low. Take it to a 1-1 count.
Knights looking to stop this rally right here.
Outside. Can they get him at the plate? The wild pitch scores a run. And it is 3-0 here. Central Penn trails Penn State York. And I'm sure this is not what Coach Stern wanted to have to do to go out to the mound here in the second inning.
We're hoping here they just have a little talk, get them calmed down here. It's still early in the game. It's only a 3-0 lead. Plenty of ammunition in the Knights lineup. Just got to get the runner. Just got to get the batter here. 2 outs. Also doesn't have to give him much to hit because he does have an open base.
Bayman 250 on the season. Penn State York comes into this contest 0-4 on the season. So this is definitely the kind of start they were looking for. And that one's a little high. Going to run the count to 3-1. Another tough call there. He's going to walk him.
Could just be our vantage point, but it seems the umpire does not want to give him that inside corner.
Paul Miller and Tom Davis here at FNB Field for our first broadcast of the season with the Nightly News. Gets a strike there with the foul.
A much needed first pitch strike.
Still can't believe, Tom, it has been... Did you do any games in 2020?
I did not.
I think we had some planned, and then, of course, the season was postponed, unfortunately.
Very much the case. We had quite a few of them planned. But the world had other plans.
Indeed. Atkins on fire this season, 5 of 11 with 2 doubles, 3 RBI, hitting .455. So again, not who you want to be up with the bases loaded, but Edwards does have 2 strikes. And that's going to be a...
Up on the infield.
And can Zell get this one? He does. But that is not before another run gets tacked on. But you got to give Edwards credit there getting out of that one. We're going to go to the bottom of the second with the Knights trailing 3-0.
The Central Penn College app was designed with students in mind. The app brings the school to your fingertips and enables you to connect with the Central Penn community. Stay on top of your events, classes, and assignments with the built-in calendar function and get notified of important dates, deadlines, and security announcements. Make friends, ask questions, and access campus resources at any time. Search Central Penn College in the App Store.
All right, we're going to come. Keep in mind that the Knights have only sent 3 people to the plate, whereas the Penn State York has already gotten through to the meat of their order a second time. So we're seeing Steven Armstrong for the first time this year. The junior is 2 for 11 on the season, but he's made those 2 count with 3 runs batted in and a 182 average on the season. That's going to be outside. It's going to go to a 1-1 count. On the mound, Carter Williams, number 1. and that one's low. It's going to go to a 2-2 count. Hanging curveball there, Armstrong all over it, but does pop out to the left. Veteran Zach Boyer up to the plate. And he hits it to second. That will be an out, though. So quickly, 2 up and 2 down. Bringing up Adam Hoover to the plate. The Knights need to get something going here. Hoover lifts it to first. And that is gonna do it. Quickly, 6 up and 6 down for Williams. We will be right back in a moment. We are back here at FNB Field. It is now 3-0 here in the top of the third. Edwards lost the hitter there, McNew, with a walk. Paul Miller and Tom Davis here with you at FNB Field.
Just a bit outside.
Williams to the plate.
A little blustery here at the ballpark today, but still a great day for baseball, considering it's March.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the key, is that we are in March here, and unfortunately that's going to be a hit by pitch there. Two early walks.
Looks like it got him in the upper back.
And that, I'm sure you've been hitting your upper back before. That's
gotta
never a good thing.
Yes.
And Armstrong is going to take a walk to the mound. Two quick runners here on base for Penn State York, and it can
have a pitcher about ready to warm up.
It continues to be a struggle for Colby Edwards here, one of the people who we mentioned earlier was a very, very key cog in the potential for the Knights to have a successful season. But Edwards is still going to have to, there is action here in the bullpen. Now there's now two people warming up in the Knights bullpen out in right field. Some pretty amazing pitchers have pitched out in that bullpen. Steven Strasburg comes to mind. That's, to me, what would be the most interesting thing, you know, just sitting here playing and knowing that Bryce Harper and Steven Strasburg and Trey Turner and Ryan Zimmerman, among others, sat in that very seat.
Absolutely.
That's really got to be enough to get you amped up, ready to go.
Yeah, and even walking through the concourses and seeing the statues and some of the other mentions of players who have come through, it's got to be inspiring to our young Knights.
Attempted a bump there, did not and was not successful, but definitely with no outs and a 3-0 lead. What do you have to lose there?
Definitely caught the defense back on their heels.
Jackson Lazon to the plate, grounded out to, as part of those 2 up, 2 down in that second inning. Big cut on that slider there from Edwards, and that was the type of pitch that Edwards is clearly looking to get across and start to throw with consistency.
Great pitch selection for that count, too, to even things up.
High and tight again. So as I mentioned, 0-4 on the season for Penn State York. They dropped back-to-back doubleheaders at Gwinnett Mercy. So they are most certainly looking for, over last weekend, the 19th and 20th, they played 4 games in 2 days.
Looks like it got him to chase a curveball down and away.
Big pitch there. And now ground ball could get him out of this inning, Tom. Big cut, going back, and they got him at first. But Humes cannot apply the tag, but a great throw by Armstrong.
It's a very nice slide by the runner to avoid the tag from Humes. Humes had the right idea. Just a step too slow in this case.
And Tom, I got to tell you, not only is this an honor just to be here with you, but it's also an honor to get to call a game here at FNB Field. I mean, I personally have been coming here since I was a kid. I have memories of, being just a little tyke up in these seats, of course, before the renovation. But it's one of the better memories that I have as a baseball fan is coming here and spending time with my own family.
It's definitely something, and the fact that we now get to call games here, I mean, it really is a wonderful development.
It's honestly difficult to put into words.
It is.
Honestly, and I don't mean to be weird, and obviously part of my job as a broadcaster is to always have the words, but it's difficult to put into words what this means to me to be here today, not only with you, but representing Central Penn College.
I share that same sentiment, Paul.
Here we go, JP!
So 3-1 count.
Big pitch here. He's got to throw this one over the plate. Cannot walk the bases loaded.
And if you're the batter, you're looking for one zone and one zone only.
And outside, and that's going to walk him. That's 2 walks and 1 hit by pitch around a strikeout this inning.
Over with the catcher. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 0-1. Bases loaded, 1 out. Force at any base. Central Penn infield looks to be a double play depth.
Clear that! Come on, we got ice!
1-1 count. That's the sign. The delivery. Looks like a curveball that kind of spun right out of his hand.
Edwards seems like he has really struggled finding a home for that curveball. He's been high and tight several times. Really kind of concerned about that. But again, there are 2 people warming in the bullpen. Can he just get out of this inning? Low, and that's going to score another run.
Now we have runners at second and third. And the Knights now trail 4-0. Coach Stern out to the mound. Let's see if they're bringing in someone.
I was going to say that could do it for Edwards. Edwards is going to leave with 2 1/3 innings pitched, 4 runs in, a couple of those on wild pitches and throwing errors, so not sure how many earned runs he's going to take there, but definitely not the showing that Stern and Colby Edwards were hoping for on this afternoon.
So he'll make his exit. He's responsible for the runners at second and third. We had double barrel action in the bullpen. It looks like Coach Stern decided to go with the right-hander. Let's see. It'll be interesting to see if the Knights bring the defense in the infield here to try to cut that run down at home.
It's going to bring in number 26. Colby Criswell. This will be Criswell's first pitching appearance on the season. Only people who have pitched for the Knights have been Dalton Kohler, Ryan Stevens, Zach Hafner, and Colton Zerby.
That is a loud pop of the mitt. This young man seems to be bringing some velocity to the mound.
The walks is what really got to Colby Edwards. 5 walks and another 2 hit batsmen and 2 wild pitches. Really is, I mean, he wasn't allowing a lot of contact. I mean, they had a couple of decent hits off of him, but he just couldn't find the strike zone. And those 2 hit batsmen were really the death knell for Edwards in his contest today thus far. But, Tom, still only a 4-0 deficit. Things are not out of hand to this point. However, now with that wild pitch, you don't have the force outs anymore, unless of course you walk this the next batter. So realistically, a base hit could go and score 2 more runs here.
Exactly. I think you have to be careful with this hitter. You don't want to give in, knowing that you have an open base that could present the double play opportunity. But I don't know that the Knights do necessarily want to have another runner on base. just about set to resume.
This is going to bring in Holbert. Was at bat. It's now a 3-1 count here, so this is a huge pitch. And he does get the strike. I mean, imagine coming in with 2 runners on and a 3-1 count. You don't see that much in the bigs, but definitely not a bad spot there to bring him in.
That was a big pitch. This is an even bigger one.
I would say so. And he got him!
Looking on the outside corner.
Absolutely huge play there by Criswell.
All right, Jay.
Now the Knights just need a ground ball, pop up, strikeout. They'll take it any way they can get it.
And we go back to the top of the order with Ernest. Ernest walked and got on base on an error. So has been on base 2 times today and scored a run. And has hit in 3 consecutive innings.
Nasty action of the first pitch this at bat.
Little low and outside there for Ernest. Interestingly enough, as I was getting ready for the broadcast today, I found out that Penn State York will be playing this weekend at People's Bank Park, home of the York Revolution.
Wow.
So they are also getting into playing in minor league ballparks. And frankly, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know why more minor league parks don't encourage more, especially those schools maybe without their own facilities or own ballparks, why this doesn't happen more often. Of course, I know there's a lot of moving parts, but it's nice to see that Penn State's also going to get that opportunity to play on a major league caliber field. That is open to the public if you guys are interested in taking a nice free afternoon this Saturday, March 26th at noon and 2 p.m. Penn State York will be taking on their opponent at People's Bank Park in York. Great stadium if you've never been there.
A little bit on the low side.
Independent league games, both York and Lancaster, they're really cool, relatively affordable, very, very family friendly. Very fun time. Of course, the Senators is as well. Off the end of the bat, and Criswell nearly boots it, but does come up with it and does retire the side. Huge entrance into the game by Criswell to bail out Edwards, and it's 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd.
Interested in pursuing a career in business, accounting, marketing, or communication? Central Penn College offers more than 30 career-focused programs in flexible class formats, including in-person, online, and hybrid courses. For more information, visit our website at www.centralpenn.edu.
Well, for as much, and about to go through the lineup a 3rd time for York, the Knights haven't even so much as gotten on base yet. Pretty impressive showing to this point for Williams, number 1 for Penn State York. So no batters on base, and Kevon Davis, Dominic Humes, and Dalton Kohler will be up on the 7, 8, and 9 hitters as we get then hopefully back to the top of the order.
First thing they have to do is spoil the no-hitter being worked on.
Perfect game.
At this point. Perfect game, if you will.
Well, Tom, on the bright side, the lockout has been resolved. Obviously, no news to any baseball fans out there. But I'd say we were at least remotely concerned about them being able to work that out.
We were very concerned about losing another season of Major League Baseball.
Have they announced what they're going to do? Are they just going to play some extra double headers in order to get the 162 in this year?
Sounds like that's what the plan is going to be. A few makeup games on some off days. And from what it sounds like, they're going to stack some double headers near the end of the season.
Maybe when the rosters are a little larger too. That makes some sense. Kevon Davis, one of our fellow Nightly News Media Club members. Kevon actually was our producer for our basketball broadcast, as well as Dalton Kohler, who will also be up this half inning. We miss him on the broadcast, but obviously he's on the field, so we certainly can understand that. Kevon, a communication student, I've been fortunate to have him in my class a few times already. Excellent addition to this club. All right, they're going to call that a strikeout on Davis.
Foul tip held on to by the catcher.
That was pretty impressive.
So Humes will look to get things started here.
Humes returning from last season, too. Humes only 2 at-bats on the season thus far. Struck out both times, so has not reached base to this point. Humes, one of those guys that's returning from last year, gives some veteran leadership along with Ryan Stevens, Zach Boyer, Zach Hafner, and several others. I really think it's going to be the veterans who are returning here that are going to have the biggest impact.
Pitch that could have gone either way goes in favor of the pitcher.
Check swing there, foul.
Right in off the hand.
Yeah, some of the most fond memories of at least my last decade is I did get to see Steven Strasburg's debut over here, as it did Bryce Harper.
I've gotten to see several Baltimore Orioles stars rehabbing.
Yeah, I got to see Wieters here when he was on his way up. And of course, they should be pretty loaded in the minors for the next few years.
They should be.
Back up the box. That's going to go to the second baseman, and that is going to do it for Humes. So that no-hitter is still intact.
2 down in the inning as Kohler steps in. Again, looking to get the Knights into the hit column.
Kohler, another one of those guys that's joined us this year in our communication department, part of the Nightly News Media Club, and one of the producers of our basketball broadcasts this season. Did an excellent job. Kohler, the left fielder today, also a dynamite pitcher. Pitched really well in that opening day contest. Didn't get the win because it went to 11 innings, but kept us in that ball game.
Finds himself behind 1 and 2.
That's low and outside.
Very good take there. Pitch seemed to just have the bottom fall out of it in the last 5 feet.
I wish I could do that.
Me too.
I never was a pitcher. I always either played second or outfield.
Was able to hold his swing back.
Impressive.
Count.
Williams. Nice curveball, but that's going to be outside, and finally we get on base. Kohler will take the walk. And he battled for that one, Tom.
He did.
That's going to bring us back to the
great patience in that attack.
That'll bring us back to the top of the order. Owen Zell coming in today 5 of 11 on the season with 2 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. Zell looks like to be a key piece of what we have going on this year with that 455 average coming into today. And that's inside.
Holding the runner close at first base. It's a nice little hole for this left-hander to roll one into right field.
Seems a little counterintuitive. I mean, obviously you don't want Kohler to get a huge lead, but at the same time, with a left-handed hitter, you know, I'm surprised he's not playing off the runner.
Right. And with 2 outs in the end.
It is 4-0 here at this point. Penn State York leads in the bottom of the 3rd.
Here comes the 0-1.
And that's high, and Kohler's getting a nice lead over there, though.
Of course, Kohler will be off with contact with 2 down this inning. Love to see him rope one down the lines or into the gap.
And he's going the other way, and that's going to be a base hit. Kohler's going to hold at second.
As they say, that was a rather nice piece of hitting to shoot the left side of the infield from the left-hander. Going with the pitch. comes the first pitch. Curveball that appeared to be a ball out of the pitcher's hand. Great take by Stevens.
So what position did you play when you played back in the day?
I played left field, and believe it or not, I was a designated hitter.
You obviously had the bat.
I had the bat, never had the arm.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like my situation as well. I mean, a base hit here really could change the tide of this game.
2-0 count. He could afford to be choosy. Takes a close pitch on the outside corner.
And I got to tell you, Tom, that's the kind of pitch that Colby Edwards was not getting with any consistency.
Agreed.
And that's going to be outside. That's going to run a count to 3-1. Again, 2 down. This is almost exactly what happened to Edwards. Got 2 quick outs and then very, very quickly lost control here. So Stevens has been known to hit a dinger.
You're locking in. You're looking for a fastball here. If he throws anything else, you're taking it.
And that's going to walk him.
But in the dirt. So the Knights are in business with the bases loaded. A bloop will score them at least 1.
So a strikeout from Kevon Davis. A 6-3 putout from Dominique Humes. Kohler took a walk. Zell, an opposite field single. And Stevens, the walk. Now leaves us with 2 down and the bases loaded for Roman. That one's high. Roman 1 for 8 coming into the day with 3 walks though. So Roman does have an on-base percentage of over 400 to this point.
Very selective in his approach. Takes a close pitch to get ahead, 1-0.
Big cut there. You know where he was going for the cheap seats.
He was. We'll see if he shortens that swing down at all here to just try to put the ball in play. A lot of room up the middle.
Good take. Oh!
That's the generous
Very
call,
surprising call. I was actually just going to say how great that take was. But quickly 1-2 here with the bases loaded.
Knight's dugout is now making noise.
Fouls
Late
it off.
decision, fouls it off, stays alive.
Probably the biggest moment of Roman's Central Penn career at this point. And he's going to get it low.
A seeing eye single up the middle would score 2 in this situation.
And Stevens has speed too, so it depends on how and where it went.
Knight's dugout really coming alive now on the 2-2. Time called, not granted.
Struck him out.
That seemed to be a little, I don't know if I would say unfair, but not right.
Well, we did load the bases there, but unfortunately left 3. And now we're going to go to the top of the 4th inning here in Game 1 at FNB Field with Paul Miller and Tom Davis. Knights trailing 4-0.
Central Penn College continues to roll out short-term certificate programs, both credit-based and non-credit, that enable students to gain valuable, skill-specific knowledge. The latest program is the 9-month, 18-credit Human Resource Management Certificate, which launches in April, the beginning of the college's spring term. To learn more, go to www.centralpenn.edu/HRM.
And while we have a minute here, Tom, I did want to bring something up. One of the things that the Nightly News is going to be doing this coming up term, we are on our term break, but one of the things we're going to be doing is we're going to be sponsoring the quarterly CPC film series. And why this is really interesting is one of our students, the president and future graduate of the Nightly News, Jen Dulac, is going to be presenting Hairspray, the 2007 edition, featuring John Travolta, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Zac Efron. Not only are we going to be sponsoring that, we're also going to be selling, candy and snacks and all types of other things. But the big thing is we will be presenting our awards that we just won with the Pennsylvania News Media Association to our students before the film series. So definitely something that we're going to be looking forward to do, and we're going to be talking a bit more about that going forward. So everybody mark those calendars for Friday, May 13th, 6:30 in the Capitol Blue Cross Theater. Get there early for a special presentation of the Student Keystone Media Awards to multiple club members. So again, keep that date in your calendar, Friday, May 13th at 6:30, and join us for the CPC film series. Criswell's going to stay in the ball game here. Up to the plate is Gornick.
After the inning he had, why not keep him in the ball game?
Gornick's also reached base twice thus far. And he got the walk. That was the same pitch that the Penn State York Williams got the call on last time. So that's a tough pill to swallow there. But Criswell walks another. Or excuse me, walks his first. And Gornick goes to first. Bayman coming to the plate.
Ball in the dirt, but no advance for the runner.
Great dig there by Armstrong. I'll tell you, Armstrong, his defense has certainly been tested at this point. Edwards threw a couple of pitches in the dirt, and Armstrong that was a great pick there.
It was. Comes the 1-0 to the plate. Popped up. Looks like in foul territory. Humes calls for it and puts it away. Knights needed that.
Criswell from Auburn, Pennsylvania. I will say that's one of the things about not having Brian Cristiano on the broadcast. Now we're going to be a little hazy on where some of these towns and cities are. Brian and I would always play a game of, who knew Pennsylvania geography better. So I am not sure where Auburn, PA is. But that's where Colby Criswell hails from.
So if the Knights could get a double play ball here, they could get out of the inning. And after that rally they had going last inning, that's exactly what they want to be doing now.
Runner looked like he was going. Bluffed there.
Looked to be trying to draw a throw.
It is a 1-1 count. And that's going to be fouled. Run the count to 1-2. Cool afternoon, 51 degrees, slight breeze, but definitely a decent day for March baseball, that's for sure.
Yes, sir.
Had some beautiful weather for the home opener here at FNB Field.
Spring has indeed sprung.
And he's going.
Huge jump.
And he had him dead to rights, but the error there from Criswell lets the runner advance to third.
That's going to change the complexion of this inning rather abruptly. State can now score an additional run via a sacrifice fly or even a ground out.
Really tough play there for Criswell, pitching so well and had the runner dead to rights, so you didn't even wait for him to get set before he took off there, did Gornick. That one's out of play.
Knights Knights bring the infield in, looking to cut down that run at the plate. That one almost got away from him. Great job by the catcher, Armstrong.
And he got him there. Struck him out.
Gets the nice call in the corner that time.
So 2 down. It's going to bring the DH McNew to the plate. McNew hitting 500 for an 8 on the season. 3 games played. 1 RBI. So he has gotten off to a really good start this season. And that's going to go pretty deep to right, but with those 2 outs, Ryan Stevens is going to make that put out, and that's going to retire the side. For the first time, the Knights get out of the inning with a clean, no runs across. That's going to keep it 4-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
Interested in a healthcare career? Central Penn offers 2-year programs in physical therapist assistant, occupational therapy assistant, and medical assisting, as well as a bachelor's program in healthcare management. For more information, visit our website at www.centralpenn.edu. Well, the Knights were able to hold tough.
We are about halfway through. Remember, we will play 2 7-inning doubleheaders today. 2 7-inning games as part of a doubleheader, I might say. And I think that that definitely changes the complexion of the game, because if you can get through 5, even 6, and you got maybe somebody lights out in the bullpen, this could totally change the dynamic of this game.
Absolutely.
But by that rationale, Tom, this could be one of the last opportunities for the Knights to get the middle of their lineup going.
Yes, this could very well be the most important portion of this game, considering we have a 7-inning contest.
Armstrong, Boyer, and Hoover come into the plate, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, followed by Davis, Humes, and Kohler, the bottom. It all starts, though, as you know, getting that lead-off runner on base, which means Stephen Armstrong needs to have a base hit here. Give Williams credit. Only 1 base runner to this point. Excuse me, only 1 base hit to this point. Did walk 2 in the 3rd.
So if you're Armstrong, you'll take the walk.
Leading off the Knights are Stephen Armstrong.
Armstrong popped out to left back in the 2nd. Ooh. Going headhunting there. Fortunately, Armstrong was able to get out of the way.
Fortunately, it was a curveball as well. Still got to make you squirm, though, if you're in that batter's box.
Straight
Back our way. with a second chance.
And it's a 2-2 count. Outside. With that second life, that pop-up that should have been caught, I wonder what impact that is going to make on this game.
Full count.
And strokes it up the middle at the shortstop.
Nice defensive play by the shortstop on the big hop. That was a great at-bat. Made him throw a lot of pitches, work the count. Got to start wearing this pitcher down. Got to grind it a little bit. Got to get some runners on base here.
Bringing Zach Boyer to the plate, one of those veteran players here that Stern's going to rely on. I will say, Coach Stern was on the Nightly News podcast before the season started, and he pointed specifically to Ryan Stevens and Zach Boyer as two people who are the Knights were going to lean on. Unfortunately, Boyer, a quick 0-2 count, had a pitch there that he could have swung at.
Back here, the umpire's been pretty generous with the outside part of the play.
Boyer 1-2 count, one down in the bottom of the fourth. And that's a shot. And it gets by him.
By the center fielder.
And I think he had a shot at 2, but down 4, that's not a bad play.
To hold up in the center field. His arm on that play, it would have been close at second base.
Yeah, I think when you're down 4 runs, that's definitely the play, the safe play there, especially when with 1 out. All right, Hoover's going to step to the plate, 0 for 1 on the day. Hoover came into today hitting .333, 2 for 6 with 2 RBI and 5 walks. So again, another collective player here in terms of swinging the bat.
The first pitch strike.
It is 4-0 Penn State York in the bottom of the fourth. A lollipop curveball there.
That was a 12-6 break. Lots of room down the right field line. I'm curious to see if they'll maybe hit.
To left. That's almost caught. Big double there for Adam Hoover.
He got the with only 1 away in the bottom of the fourth inning. This could be that point in the game, Paul, where the momentum shifts.
And Kevon Davis to the plate. Second and third, a base hit could score 2 here. Got some excited patrons here for the Knights. A little late on that one. Out onto the concourse.
I think he had the right idea there. He's trying to shoot it in the short right field. First baseman's playing in.
Yeah, he's got plenty of room to right, and they have him shaded to pull. And
Nice
Davis
ball.
quickly.
Fouls that one off to the right side. Over near where I parked my vehicle today, Professor Miller.
Yeah, hopefully they stay away from our cars. Opportunity here for the Knights. Second and third, one down. A base hit. Go along. Strike there. Humes takes a quick one. Humes grounded out in the third inning. Knights have to get something here. High and outside for Humes.
I'll put us at 1-1. 2 down. Base hit scores 2, likely.
Back up the box. Great play. Can Humes leg it out? No.
Nice job, Jackson. Woo!
Great defensive play. Gets Humes by about a step.
Well, the Knights threatened there with second and one out. Unfortunately, could not push any runs across. We will go to the of the fifth. Knights trail 4-0.
Did you know that Central Penn College, unlike some institutions, doesn't charge any type of fee for applying? It's absolutely free. Go to our website, www.centralpenn.edu, to apply. Stretching the legs.
Right fielder, number 9, Jason Williams.
We are going to head to the top of the fifth here. It is 4-0. Penn trails. Central Penn 2-1 on the season. Penn State York 0-4 on this young season. But not a lot of Chris still in the ball game. Williams hit by a pitch and struck out. Stevens the catch there. So 0 for 2 on the day for Williams.
And you'll take that quick pop-up.
I must say, Criswell has definitely come in here and settled down, has not allowed any runs here after Edwards unfortunately got off to that slow start. And of course, we hope Colby Edwards comes back and continues to throw well. Hume started off the wrong. Just a little bit crossed up there. It's going to bring up Dyson. He walked in the third and grounded out in the second. And there is a steal attempt. And that is going to be a great play from Armstrong.
I think that was going to be a bunt, a sacrifice bunt or something there, but the pitch was...
Excellent defensive play there by Armstrong. Little low. It's going to run the count to 1-0. High.
Looks like he lost his release point a little on that pitch. He's got to stay within himself here, settle down a little bit. He's had a great outing to this point, coming in relief.
What a pitch. The one thing that I'm missing is I'm always so used to when I come over here to FNB, straight ahead, we're right behind the home plate here, but straight ahead you can see the outdoor video board, the outfield video board always miles per hour. So I've caught myself like 3 or 4 different times looking out there to see what the miles per hour was, but we don't have a radar gun here on this contest.
It would be interesting to see, because he's been really popping the mitt since he came in.
And he's got a great pitches. We've already seen a couple of sliders. And that one's going to be to Hoover at third, and he's going to go to first for the out, and that's going to retire the side. Fortunately, Criswell has settled down the Penn State York bats and is blank innings. We are going to go to the bottom of the 5th. Hopefully Central Penn gets those bats going because they're trailing 4-0.
At Central Penn College, opportunity is on deck for our baseball athletes in major ways in 2022. As we work hard to get our baseball athletes back on the diamond for the 2022 season, we want you to join us in showing what these athletes mean to us. Did you know that fans, alumni, families, and friends of our Central Penn College have an opportunity to support our team before they even take the field? CPC athletic programs put up impressive efforts against the toughest opponents. Some of those opponents have programs with 10 times the budget of our own. We are a small college, but we are mighty. Now you have the opportunity to make us small but generous gifts can fuel change in programs. Let's start by supporting our current players by providing the practice and warm-up gear that shows we have pride in them. The $3,300 we raise in this campaign is going 100% to player gear, and they will be theirs to keep. /CPC deck.
Great program, which actually allowed for brand new jerseys as well as jackets for the players. The CPC On Deck initiative has been a huge help for our baseball and basketball teams as well. And of course, looking forward to soccer coming up later this summer and into the fall. Walked and started fueling that comeback attempt back there in the 3rd inning.
Hey, another slider down and away. It's the call in the corner.
This is Kohler's first game starting in the lineup. Of course, has pitched twice thus far as a starting pitcher. And again, be an important piece of this team this year, both on the and in the field. And the curveball, that's going to be trouble. That's down the line. Kohler digging for two. And he is going to be out. I am absolutely shocked by that play.
An absolutely wonderful piece of hitting. Great effort going to second, but a fantastic throw from the right fielder to cut him down. What an arm.
Looked very, very, very close on that play, but what are you going to do? You go down a single and a thrown out.
Second baseman, number 12, Colin Zell.
Back to the top of the order. Again, that was, Kohler thought he had that without a problem, but man, what a throw.
That was pretty pivotal as well. A play like that could be the difference in a ball game this book.
Williams with the throw there in right field. But one down here in the bottom of the fifth. Zell back up. Singled and popped out. Popped out in the first, singled in. I actually thought I would see Stern argue that call there at second, but he must have seen it himself. He had a pretty good vantage point there from the baseline. Back up the box, Zell. Good play there. Good play there by the shortstop. Unfortunately, Zell's speedy. Dyson couldn't come up with it. And back-to-back singles, though only one on at this point. Stevens to the plate. Popped up in the first and walked in the third. Stevens looking for his opportunity to get a base hit here.
Takes that first pitch high and away. You don't want to get yourself out here. Central Penn needs base runners right now.
Zell.
Close pickoff play.
Yeah, very close. A little too close.
Central Penn needs base runners.
Paul Miller and Tom Davis here at FNB Field. Ball is outside. Another one of those pitches that we've seen called and we've seen not called so far today. Zell is pushing his luck over there at first, although honestly I think that's what you want from your leadoff hitter, to get into the mind of the pitcher so he takes his mind off the person at the plate.
Take this pitcher out of his zone,
Zell goes. And they're going to call batter. I'm surprised he even attempted to throw. And of course, Coach Stern not pleased about that call.
It appeared that Stevens was simply unable to get out of the way. I don't know if he lost his balance.
He swung awkwardly. It looked like there was some type of hit. Awkwardly. So Stevens is going to be called out on catcher interference. Very odd turn of events there.
Well, a little bit of unluckiness mixed into the Knights today. So 1 out now, 2-1 count. Runner still on fifth base.
And Roman will come up. He, you'll remember, had the bases loaded back in the third and unfortunately struck out. huge at bat here for Roman, the number 3 hitter. Win, and that's out of play.
Good job by Roman to fight that off.
But quickly 2 strikes.
Well, they're even up in the hits column, but the Knights still trail 4-zip.
Zell goes again, and they're going to get him. Boy, this is basically everything that could go wrong for the Knights has at this point with the caught stealing. Kohler tried to extend his single to a double, got thrown out. Zell gets thrown out at second with a great throw, and unfortunately we're going to go to the 6th. The Knights down 4-0.
All Central Penn alumni are members of the Alumni Association. Did you know that you can upgrade your membership and receive even more privileges? The Sword and Shield membership is only $4 per month. Benefits include first notices of trips and ticket sales, a 10% discount on college merchandise, free use of the Summerdale Pool, library, and Greenlee Fitness Center. To upgrade to Sword and Shield membership, go to givebutter.com/joincpcalumni.
Chris Wells going to stay in the game. He's definitely been very effective in his time. And the Knights into their final outs. And again, Tom, you made a couple of different references, a variety of different situations where the Knights just coming up on the wrong side of some plays. I mean, you know, bottom line is a couple of questionable calls in terms of balls and strikes. A couple of the catcher's interference play was just odd. And then, you know, of course, Zell getting thrown out at second to end that inning. I mean, it's
a couple of timely defensive plays on the other side. Some great throws, just really close calls that just haven't gone the Knights' way so far.
And that's baseball for you, you know? I mean, even on a good year, you know, a .650 winning percentage is going to win you most divisions.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just the nature of the game, and you know, there's ups and there's downs. We are back here with you at FNB Field as Central Penn now down 4-1. Runners on first and second for Myers.
We had a little bit of an injury time out there. Looks like the right fielder got a little hobbled. Appears to be staying in the game though. Yeah, quite a bit of action while we were away here.
And Myers to the plate here. He's pinch hitting for Davis. First and second, down 3. The tying runs at the plate with 1 out. Big curveball. Gotta tell you, Williams has definitely pitched well in this contest. Gotta give him a lot of credit.
He's shown quite the repertoire.
And he struck him out. Myers goes down on strikes. And now it's up to Humes. Humes has grounded out to third base on consecutive at-bats here. And this is where you need this bat. Humes represents the tying run here.
That's a first pitch curveball. Probably wasn't looking for that for the first pitch. But this pitcher's shown pretty good command of that curveball.
I would say. Big hack. Quickly down, 0-2. The Knights have got to try to push at least one more across the plate here. Straight back.
Good cut from Humes there. Keep it 0-2.
He got a good bit of that one, but unfortunately that was foul.
We'll try it again here, 0-2. Humes hanging tough.
And there's the shot they were looking for. Can Humes leg it out? No. And Humes.
Valiant effort from Humes, trying the head first slide there first.
That's 3 consecutive times that he has come up and hit to ground out to the shortstop, and that's the 2nd consecutive time Humes has come up to end the inning.
Looks like he wasn't quite able to get his arms extended on that.
Well, we did push a run across here in the bottom of the 6th, so that's going to be 4-1 as we go to the final inning. Looks like Criswell's going to stay in this contest.
Ever consider working on campus? Visit the financial aid office to learn about work student opportunities for students. Positions are available across campus, the front desk, the learning center, athletics, and more. Students must have been enrolled for at least 1 full term and be in satisfactory academic standing. Contact Amy Lloyd in the financial aid office for more information.
Definitely a good opportunity. We've actually had some student workers, not only with the club, but, you know, we've done some athletics broadcasts. We've also done, Casey, the athletic director, has several student workers. So it has been, there's definitely some opportunity here on campus. You know, it's not a full-time or even necessarily a full part-time position, but, you know, a few extra hours a week get you some money for gas and books and things like that. And it'd be quite easy for you to pull off, because guess what? All you got to do is, especially if you live on campus, is walk to your office.
So we're heading to the top of the 7th now. Final frame of the first game of this doubleheader.
It's been an interesting one to this point. Criswell has been electric. You got to give him a lot of credit. He has not allowed a run, and really has only allowed a couple of base hits.
He's kept the Knights in this game as they've tried to claw back. They've pushed one across. Going to need a big rally in the 7th.
There's a shot to left, right to Kohler. One pitch, one out. (4-1). Knights are down by 3 as we move into the final inning.
Temperature has stayed right around 52, 53 today.
To your point, though, the sun does look like it's going to come out, and I'll tell you what, we could use those extra few degrees.
You could.
And Williams, the rope to center, but 2 pitches, 2 down. These are the kind of innings you like.
Center fielder didn't have to move for that, right in his tracks.
And that's going to bring up number 25, Lazon.
So does the USCAA have any stipulations about shifting, Paul? Are you aware of that?
Not that I'm aware of.
Jackson was on.
This is just my own thought process in you know, having been the commentator. I just don't know that there's enough scouting. Very few, in fact, we're one of the few teams in the USCAA in our conference that does any live streams whatsoever. So I think a lot of the shifting comes from metrics that are, you know, put together over a course of a player's career, and unfortunately that data just is not available, nor is it really possible to even scout your opponents.
Very true.
Within reason.
Very true.
So I wonder, I'm sure that has something to do with it, but again, that's just pure speculation on my part.
Yeah, I don't know how much analytic data is available in this.
I wouldn't imagine much.
3-1 count.
But by that rationale, you know, you pointed that out earlier. Like, for example, they were shading Davis to pull,
Yes.
both in center and in left. I don't know if that's just because he was a pull hitter, but I'm curious how they would even know that.
Right.
Maybe just a sheer guess.
It may have had more to do with the defense and the strength of folks' arms and their range and such.
Lazon, the quick walk. I hope that Criswell is not running out of steam here, because he's pitched a brilliant contest.
Does appear to be a little bit of stirring in the Knights bullpen.
Armstrong likes that throw over to first, keeping that runner in check.
He's got a pretty quick release going.
Well, I mean, he's the catcher. He's a sophomore. He is batting cleanup today. He's obviously a key piece to what the Knights are trying to accomplish. So 2 quick outs and then a walk. And it's 4-1 here for the Knights.
Pretty big lead off first. But you're not too worried about him with 2 outs, although this batter's lost.
3 walks for Dyson on today's contest.
And will move one runner down into scoring position.
Go 5.
Now batting the catcher, number 5, Shane Holbert.
Holbert comes to the plate. Scored in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd, grounded out in the 5th. And frankly, a pretty big at bat here for Holbert as well, with 2 down.
Finds himself ahead 1-0.
And Armstrong took that foul tip there.
The perils of being a catcher in this fine game.
A 1-1 count for Criswell. This is really the first time he's faced much base runners. Obviously, there were a couple that got on base back in the 5th. And unfortunately, Armstrong keeps that in front of him there. And it's 2-1.
Surprised there was no appeal to the first base umpire on that swing as well.
Just going over 3 o'clock today. We will pause, and then probably within 15 minutes, we'll be rejoining you for this second contest here.
Well, the wild pitch will put 2 runners in scoring position with 2 out. Runners will be off on contact.
An odd stat. That is the 3rd wild pitch during Holbert's at-bats today. I don't know that there's any correlation to that, but that is the 3rd time there has been a wild pitch while Colbert has been up. And Criswell is on the verge of losing him. I wonder if he's running out of gas here.
And I stand corrected. I don't see any action currently in the bullpen for the Knights either.
I think they just are hoping that Criswell can get out of this. And that's high, and that's going to walk him.
Honestly,
3 consecutive walks.
he looked a little fatigued on that last pitch.
Right, Jake. You're there.
Now, that's not the worst thing that's happened.
Bases loaded now, 2 down. And here
And
comes Coach Stern.
Stern is going to go to the mound, and we will take a quick break while Stern does so. We'll be right back with Knights Baseball.
Calling all gamers. Central Penn College was recently accepted into the National Association of Collegiate Esports. We are now a part of the association that boasts more than 130 schools and 3,000 plus student athletes. If you have any interest in the Central Penn Gaming Club or the esports program, please reach out to club advisors Michael Picote or Donnie Lewis. Right, just about ready to resume here. First pitch is a strike on the outside quarter. Spells quickly ahead 0-1. Working quickly now. Quickly ahead 0-2. But Cresswell, you want to end it right now. See if he gives him something to chase. Oh, looks like a base hit right up the middle in the center field. 1 run is in. Here comes the second run.
Great job, Jacob. Nice job.
That will put the Knights down 6-1 in the top of the 7th inning. Just trying to get out of the inning now. Falls behind the hitter, 1-0.
Now batting, number 8, Eric Gornick.
Here comes set the 1-0 to the plate. He's taken down low for a ball. 2-0's the count. Taken this time for a strike on the outside corner. That'll make the count 2-1.
Go, Gornick.
Huge jump. And the runner on first, who will take second without a throw. Once again, Knights down 6-1, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning.
Definitely not the outcome that the Knights were hoping for here in the top of the 7th. That one's going to be out of play. It is now 6-1 and still 2 outs. Tom, if you recall earlier this inning, 2 pitches, 2 outs here to start this inning. And then it's kind of unraveled since then.
And the outs and strikes have been hard to come by ever since. So once again, that'll load the bases for the visitors.
Now batting with the third baseman, number 21.
Again, 2 outs in the inning. We'll take it any way we can get it here.
Bayman walked, flied to first, and flied to left today. So 0 for 2. Has a chance to leave his mark on this game.
Yeah, if you're the Knights, you have to end this right here. You've got a 5-run deficit staring you in the face for the bottom of the 7th. You don't want it to be any larger than that. Of course, the visitors will take a walk here. So you know that they have to bring the pitch to him.
And that's going to go through the gap. Only going to score 1.
On his hold. That pushes the score to 7-1.
Now batting with the first baseman, number 13, Blake Atkins.
Nick.
Big pitch there.
That's a good call on the outside corner there. Go ahead and count.
7-1 here, Knights trail.
Ooh, another hit by pitch. That'll force in another run.
And I think this is enough for Criswell. I think actually
I believe you're right, as here comes Coach Stern.
might have been a little late getting him out of this game.
So we'll have the pitching change.
Criswell pitched so well until this last inning. Now 4 runs across. Let's see Morris here, number 21. We will be here with you about 15 minutes after the conclusion of this first contest for game number 2 between Penn State York and Central Penn. Penn State York looking for their first victory on the season at 0-4, but it's looking pretty good. Up 7 runs, pushing 4 runs across the plate here in the top of the 7th, chasing Criswell from the game. Criswell had a dynamic game, bailed us out earlier on in a jam, coming in a 3-1 count with the bases loaded, getting out of it back in the 3rd inning and was cruising. 2 pitches, 2 outs even here in this inning.
They didn't seem to just lose a little bit of command this last inning.
I think
Probably from throwing so many pitches.
I think that there's a lot that's contributing to that. I wonder if again, he should not have been brought out for this inning, but again, 2 pitches, 2 outs. I think Stern was ready to just kind of let him finish this inning up, but in hindsight, probably not the best of ideas. Boyer's got a tough play.
Hey, all right. Hey, great inning.
Call goes in the Knights' favor at that point,
Great inning, guys.
but it will stop the bleeding. And the Knights will regroup, needing 7 to tie in the bottom of the 7th.
Humes, it's hard to say if he came off the bag after the ball was there Definitely questionable call, but that being said, they still pushed 4 across, and it's 8-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. So long as Penn State York can get through this inning, they will be victorious with their first victory on the season.
Staying active just got easier. For those striving to be more active, our athletic department has recently launched Sir Will's Rec Rentals, a new initiative that enables students to borrow sports equipment. Sign out basketballs, volleyballs, and more to use in our outdoor rec areas. Stop by the Underground to borrow equipment for up to 7 days and get your game on.
Leading off for the Knights, we have pinch hitter, number 00, Zachary Hafner.
Well, starting off the bottom of the 7th here. Knights down 7 runs.
This will be Hafner's first at bat of the game. Coming in for Kohler here.
Starting to feel a chill come through the ballpark.
Yeah, I had to
now.
put my coat on. And they are going to give it to Williams to close this game out. He's pitched brilliantly. I mean, he's got some great secondary pitches. He's been able to find the plate, gotten some calls to go his way.
And with this big of a lead, he's probably got a nice long leash here this inning.
I would think so. Does appear there is someone down in the bullpen for Penn State York, not actively warming. I would assume if a runner gets on base that could change. And that's going to run the count full for Hafner.
Knights will take a base runner here.
It'll be out of play. Not a bad crowd here. They've got them spread out all across the stadium here, but decent crowd here on a Tuesday afternoon. And Hafner squirts it through and will take a leadoff single.
Oh, come on, fire that to first, J-Dub!
Well, for the Knights, that's the way you want to start things here in the bottom of the 7th. Leadoff runner on.
Looks like they're going to pinch hit for Zell here with Nick Fulton.
Now batting here, the second baseman, number 9, Nick Fulton.
He's 2 for 4 on the season with 2 RBIs, hitting 500. So one thing about the Knights this year, they've got a huge play, double play.
And so just like that, the Knights are down to their final out. Hit that right on the screws, but unfortunately, right at the infield.
I'm interested in where that terminology, nomenclature came up, right on the screws.
Good question.
We might have to look into that for you for the second game, folks.
I'm assuming it would mean the threads.
Possibly.
Like the threads on the screw.
Nice pitch there. And Stevens Little behind that. That's going to be out of play.
Number 27, Ryan Stevens.
Got a 1-1 count. Down to their final out here are the Knights.
In game 1 of today's doubleheader. Again, we'll be back with you about 15 minutes after the conclusion of this game.
I'd say once we wrap this stream up, we'll probably go right into the second one.
So close.
Emphatic call by the umpire that time.
Well, as we close things up today, it definitely was a story of two halves here. Colby Edwards really struggled out of the box, but Criswell came in, and, you know, regardless of what happened there in the 7th, the Knights were still going to be behind 4-1. I think one of the tough things here is that a couple of times they did get runners on base. They had things go against them. I mean, you saw right there, that line out to first. That very easily could have been 2 bases and an RBI, but it was just right place, right time for York here in this contest, and that's really sort of a microcosm of basically how this entire game's gone.
Absolutely. He could not have hit that ball any harder, but the placement was just unfortunate.
Hey, get out, Ryan, get out, Ryan!
Penn State York's pitcher seems to be emptying the tank here, giving it all he's got to try to close things out.
Hey, Ryan, come on, 7! Come on, Ryan!
And that's right back up the middle to the shortstop, and that should do it. All right, that's going to do it here for game number 1 of this doubleheader. The Knights are going to fall to 2-2 on the season, whereas Penn State York goes to 1-4. That's going to do it for Paul Miller and Tom Davis. We will be back with you for game 2, but unfortunately, your Knights fall 8-1 in the first game of this doubleheader. But stay tuned. We'll be right back on both streaming platforms, both YouTube and Twitch, for game number 2.